Hello there, folks. Hey, this is Joe Wazoo here. Hey, this video today goes out to my friend Wayne, who sent a note about an application. He says, hey, we got a bunch of these HMIs out there in the field, and now our IT department would like to have some simple way that somebody has to log in before they get access to the system. So, for instance, I've got a database open here. I've used this in class all the time. If you've been to my class, you know we do this one all the time. But this is the main screen of it right here that normally would show up. But we just want to have a simple login that somebody with, say, a name admin and maybe just a simple password would be used. So what I'm going to do here is first over in the left, I'm going to click on the security section. And in security, I've added a user and I named it admin. So this will be the name that the person uses to enter. And then I've done a password. I made a password here. In this case, I just did a password of 123, something simple. And I checked web server access and user rights 1. Okay. One more thing to look at while I'm in here. If I click on the top security here, I set an inactivity timeout of 30 seconds. I think the default is 10 minutes or something, 600 seconds. So I went to 30 seconds there. That way, if somebody leaves it alone, then it logs out, then that's what I want. I want it to get back out to nothing here. So back to Crimson. Here I am over here. Now, I added a new page called Welcome Page. I put a new page in, moved it to the top, because when we downloaded the unit or power cycles or times out, comes back to this default. This is what I want. So here I've got this at the Welcome Page, and I just put a button on this page. The button is found here at the core primitives and all the way down below. This bevel button, any of these, you can drag it out. It does the same thing. But if I double click on this button or right click, go to properties, notice, team, that I have the text log on here. No big deal. That's just text. But if you go to the action tab, I want you to notice something. When you push the button, it's going to go to the page main, which is that main page over here, which is exactly what I wanted to do. However, I need for the user or the security manager to pop up and validate whether that person can get into main. So if I click on the main page over here on the left, and then if I right click anywhere on this page, go to properties, notice something. There's a security tab here. So if I go to the security tab and I hit the edit button here, I'm going to do users with specific rights. And I only set up the admin to have user rights 1. So I'm going to check that button there. Okay. So I'm going to do that. But then I also need to talk about something else. Let's say that the operator is there and he's at that page and he leaves it. And we want it at some point when the guy leaves and walks away and it sits stale, we want it to go back to the welcome page after a certain amount of time. So look what I did here. On the general tab, here in the timeout section, I put 30 seconds here of inactivity, meaning he's not interacting with anything here, not tapping or anything. He's maybe just watching, but hey, if you're just watching, you're not doing anything in my book. So in that case, after 30 seconds of inactivity, I did a little complex code. Let me show you what I did here. If I hit the pull down here, you can choose complex, and that will open up this window. And I did two things. I went over to the lower right-hand side and went to System, expanded the functions, and then slide on down to the security category. And there's a function here called user log off. And all I did was drag that out here as such and put a semicolon. So after 30 seconds, it logs off whoever that current user was. And then number 2, I say go to page and go to the welcome page. So that's going to go back to the welcome page in that case. So I'll click OK. There's nothing here. Let me look at, let me see, is there anything else I did here? No, I think that's all I did. Everything else is the standard other than this page. So let's try it out. So here I've got the thing open. And if I click here, you'll see the security says must authenticate. Okay. So let's say, let's just try something different. Let's put in Wazoo, for instance. So I'll make up a name Wazoo, and I'll put a password of ABC, for instance. Notice, I didn't put admin and password. Well, the password is 123, so it barked at me. All right, let's try it again. So this time we'll go here. We'll type admin. And then the password I did, oops, I must have tapped something wrong here. Hold on, team. Oh. Try that again. I hit the tab button and that messed up my Google browser. All right, so we'll go here. We'll put admin, enter, password 123. Boom. Now I'm in my system and I can do everything I want here. I can start this thing back up. I can click here. I can look at the charts and you're all man, these trends. Wonderful stuff. Click on the gauges. Extremely boring gauges. Or I can go here. There's some stuff in here. No, there's something here. So this is kind of cool. I can turn on a bunch of machines, blah, blah, blah. I can do all kinds of stuff. So if I leave this for 30 seconds of inactivity, notice the little clock down here. I'll make this a little bigger so you can see it maybe. See a little clock right here? So I'm going to let it sit for 30 seconds, boom, and not touch anything. But let it run. But let's see what it does. So 30, maybe around 50. Let's see what it does. Let me get some coffee. Love some coffee. Oh, that's so good. So I'm hoping after this thing times out, there it is. Oh, look at that. That is so sweet. So here I am again. I didn't do any activity there. It timed out. I click on this. Must authenticate. Now, you can leave the name here. There's a way to turn it off. But if I go ahead and put it back in again and put in a different password, 321, that's going to be wrong. And the HMI also barks at you. Put it in again. Boom. Now, admin, ADMIN. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Boom. And I'm back in. So that's all you got to do to make a little simple page to pop up for a security access. Just remember that the name, the thing you put here, that's the name you type in. This could be your real name. And I did web server access, user rights 1, and then on display page, go to your main page, right click on that page, set the properties here on security to users with specific rights, this guy here. Once you're in, you can go anywhere you want. This just gets there. And then on the general, after whatever amount of time you determine that nobody should be using this, you want to log off. So you can hit the complex code, do edit. You want to user log off, and then you want to return back to this main page. And then here's the main page. I don't have any on that. I just have this button. There's no security on this page at all. None. There's nothing. It's standard stuff. But when they push this button, that's where it goes to that page. But before it can navigate to the main page, that security manager kicks in and you got to have authorization and then you're up and running. So that's it. If you want a copy of, well, I'm not going to share this database, but anyway, maybe I'll make one. I'll send you one out that doesn't have all my meat potatoes in it because this database is so cool. It's got all kinds of cool stuff in it, team. But anyway, hey, thanks a lot, Wayne. Hope this answers your question. See you, team. Have a great day.